Hello, it is the second Friday after Pentecost, and our reading today is out of 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verses 16 to 24. It seems every day we see some sort of scandal in the church, particularly involving finance. Only recently there was a pastor who was trying to urge members of his congregation to give at least $300 each toward a $65 million airplane that he felt like he should have. After all, his previous private jet had gotten some damage when it ran off the runway at an airport in the UK. And so he wanted a bigger and better jet. In fact, he wanted the fastest jet available in civilian aircraft, and he felt that he really should have that. But he's not the first one by any means. Many great, large ministries have gone by the wayside because they failed in the area of financial accountability and transparency. Here, Paul is concerned about that very thing. He realizes he's taking up a very big collection for the church in Jerusalem. So he sent ahead to Corinth Titus and two other men that he doesn't mention by name, but he gives their credentials and why they should be trusted, along with Titus, in the collection of these funds. Paul wants to be very clear that he is financially accountable, that those that he's sending are trustworthy and accountable, because he knows that if they take the money and run, that it will damage the work of the gospel. And how true we've seen that here today in the United States and elsewhere, where there's been that lack of financial accountability. So this is not a new problem in the church. When you see these issues arise, realize that this is something that even the Apostle Paul was dealing with in the first century. And he wanted to make sure that everything was accountable and above board. And it's important for ministries today to be accountable, to be above board, to be transparent, so that there's no mark against the gospel due to their activities, their actions, or the way that they handle their funds. And of course, if you look from Paul's perspective, if you're not trying to gather and gain for yourself, or think that financial prosperity is somehow equal to God's blessing and God's favor, then you won't have that problem, because Paul tries to make that very clear, that you should not be trying to gather wealth, but that you should be trying to make sure that everyone is taken care of. I want to encourage you with that word today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.